What is the best diet for celiac disease? Almost 3 out of 4 people with celiac disease do not know that they suffer from this digestive disorder, and not following a gluten-free diet can seriously damage their health. Know how to identify it and what foods you should avoid. The only treatment for celiac disease is to follow a strict gluten-free diet throughout life. This leads to clinical and functional normalization, as well as the repair of intestinal lesions. A gluten-free diet is based on eliminating any product that has as ingredients wheat, spelled, barley, rye and oats. Thus, some foods such as flour, bread, pasta or pastry are usually made with these cereals. What is celiac disease? Celiac disease or celiac disease is a chronic disease of the digestive system of immune origin. It is characterized by a permanent intolerance to a protein called gluten, which is present in some cereals such as wheat, oats, barley or rye. When the patient ingests foods containing gluten, the lining of the small intestine is injured, which reduces its ability to absorb nutrients. Without treatment, people affected by this disorder suffer malnutrition and various associated diseases. However, not all people with this disease have appreciable symptoms and, therefore, can go unnoticed for a long time. Gluten-free diets. For every case diagnosed with celiac disease, between 5 and 8 are still to be diagnosed, estimates Juan Ignacio Serrano, of the Association of Celiac and Gluten Sensitive. If we add the people who have decided to voluntarily remove gluten, it is not surprising that the gluten-free diet is so booming. Gone are the days of not being able to enjoy some dishes, having difficulties in restaurants and finding few products without gluten, with a very poor taste and an exorbitant price. Following a gluten-free diet is to follow a natural diet and lead a healthy life. Because celiacs look more than anyone else at labels, avoid processed foods and have a market diet, explains Serrano. Beyond just buying gluten-free bread and pasta, there are many other tricks and standards in the kitchen for a celiac. Here are some tips for cooking gluten-free. 1. Betting on new flours. Who misses wheat with quinoa, oats or buckwheat? We are in full boom of the new flours: rice, almonds, soya, tapioca, chickpea, buckwheat. We also find superfood flours such as quinoa, canahua or yucca. Fashionable flour that cannot be better news for celiacs. With this boom, the diet for celiacs is not boring at all. 2. Use primary ingredients without gluten. Consuming fresh and primary products that originally do not contain gluten such as meat, fish, eggs, as well as fruits and vegetables, is a mandatory command for celiac. 3. Make your own sauces and batter. When making a bechamel or thickening any sauce, the ideal is to use sifted corn flour to prevent lumps from forming. If you're looking for bread, you can make it with mashed potato flakes, ground almonds or chopped corn cereals. 4. Change the beer for the wine. Beer, with or without alcohol, contains gluten. The good news is that wine, vermouth and other liquors are free of this wheat protein. High alcoholic beverages, including those made from cereals, are free of gluten. In this type of beverage, the distillation process eliminates any traces of gluten. Anyway, who does not want to give up beer, have at their disposal gluten-free varieties made with other cereals. 5. Do not eat pre-cooked. Pre-cooked and processed products should always be avoided. Consuming manufactured foods involves taking potential risks because, although it may seem that the ingredients of that pre-cooked dish are free of suspicion. Gluten has been used as an additive. Although the law requires specifying the origin of flours, starches, semolina and semolina, it is advisable to avoid confusions and cross-contamination. If in spite of this you decide to consume them on occasion, pay attention to the labeling and its composition. 6. Change the wood for new materials. The wood in the kitchen is not recommended, nor in tables, ladles, knives or knives with wooden handle. Because this material is very porous and can harbor particles of gluten. It is better to have utensils made of metal, plastic, silicone and other materials. Finally, remember that the celiac associations are here to help you. If you have any questions or problems, go to them. Celiac disease can be controlled if we avoid certain foods and lead a healthy lifestyle.